So you are in a stage where you wanting to become an aspirant international teacher here in the United States of America. These are the interview tips that I can give you as a former J1 teacher, now a green card holder, and we will walk you through the process on how to do this. So let's dive in and let the journey begin. Hello everyone, good day. My name is Emmary. Welcome to Powerful Couple Journey, where we talk about J1 waiver process, how to become a teacher here in the US, and many more when it comes to immigration, DIY, and life here in the US. For today's video, we will focus on the teacher interview tips that I can give you based on my own experience. First thing that you have to put in your mind is to have that confidence. You already performed your due diligence when it comes to creating your resume, cover letter, and your foreign credential evaluation. All you need to do is to have that spark and make sure you nail your interview. The J1 visa is a teacher exchange cultural program, which means you are here to teach for a period of time. This will be within 3 years, and if your visa sponsor would say that you would like to extend, then you can say yes or no. But if I were you, say yes. That way you can add up 2 more years. That will be 5 years of teaching here in the US. There are restrictions as a J1 teacher, but think of this, within 5 years, you already have established a lot. And after 2 years, make sure you also have paid all your debts and stuff like that, and all the things that you are needing to perform in your home country, just like the Philippines, and make sure that you also have provided all your needs and experiences here in the US. So when it comes to the interview tips, think of these information: classroom management, classroom experiences. Those are the things that they wanted to know. That's why, as a J1, make sure you are currently teaching in your home country, just like from the Philippines, with the Department of Education. At least 2 to 3 years of teaching experience. That way, you can really tell the experiences you have firsthand. They will really know that one, even though it's just a virtual interview or a phone call at first. They could really know from the tone of your voice to your expressions when you respond to the questions on the interview. Research the school that you wanted to go once you are a J1 teacher. Think of this one. If they wanted to sponsor you as an H1B, then that's a big plus. But think of this first. As a J1 teacher, there's a 212E rule, unless there are other perks like 13.01 P code, which we're gonna talk in another video. Just let me know if you wanted to talk about that. That way we could dive deep to those information. Mastering common interview questions that will really lead to giving that good impression when it comes to your interview. This is what you have to put in your mind. Briefly introduce yourself, give them a background of your teaching experience and how valuable you are if you will become a great addition to the school district. You can come up with information that you can think of based on your own experience. Again, briefly introduce yourself and make sure that you have a hint that the school district that is hiring you is really the one that will help you with your American dream as a J1 visa. Always smile and give that good first impression. Also, give them an idea why you really wanted to teach in a particular school district. Learn about the demographics, the values, and how good it is if you will become a great addition to their school district. What are the talents, the characteristics that you have that will really become a good part of their team? Impress with confidence. Always have to practice in the mirror and use the good rapport or English language that you have already. And think of this one, you can also learn this by listening to a lot of English movies or newscasters, which we did that one when I was still having a training a little bit through an agency from the Philippines, and they also give us tips on how to do that one. So just listen to it every day or go to YouTube, learn about interview tips, and this is one way to do that. Think of how to impress and get that confidence that will illuminate when it comes to your interview with J1 teacher interview process. Now we will dive deep to those two things. Very important one are classroom management and your classroom style. How about this one? Think of your current situation when you're teaching from your home country. Just like me, I came from the Department of Education from the Philippines. I used to teach third grade and second grade. I was able to teach as well fourth and fifth grade. So those are the things that would really matter to me. And now put that one into perspective when it comes to your interview process. Take note of your teaching style. What is your teaching style? Is it giving them that bell work? How would you organize your classroom? Is it very inviting to the kids and to the parents and administrator if they come in? What would it be looking like? Is it minimalist, which is very particular and very important right now? So think of those things that you wanted to incorporate in your teaching style and in your teaching environment. When it comes to your teaching experience, think of your biggest challenge as a school teacher when it comes to catering your students and what comes out after that situation. Make sure it's always positive. Motivating your students. How can you help your students to become motivated when it comes to learning their lessons? We all know it's not easy to teach here in the US. That's why they're looking for international teachers that could help fill those gaps here in the US for there's a teacher shortage. So what is your advantage in coming here in the US as a school teacher and willing to help the school district boost their confidence in teaching these kids and be able to become active learners and active listeners? Lesson planning. Describe your lesson planning tips. We know that it's not easy to do lesson plans, so tell them how organized are you in doing those things, whether you do it 2 weeks in advance, 3 weeks in advance, or a month in advance. That way, you're no longer think about your lesson plans, but jump right into teaching your kids or your students that day and always achieving success at the end of the day. If ever given a chance to have volunteers in your classroom, how can you cater their needs? How can you tell them and direct them to help you get these kids in line when it comes to doing their work that is expected of them during that day? How can you get that harmony and how can you have their response to that specific request that you are needing to help the child succeed? This one, classroom management. How can you handle disruptive student? What is your strategy in order for you to maintain that good harmony in your classroom whenever there are situations where there's disruptive students in your classroom? How can you handle that? Give them a situation where you already had experience from your teaching work right now in your home country, just like in the Philippines, and how can you help and put that one in that particular situation once you're already teaching here in the US in that particular school district that you are applying. This one is also important, building relationship. How are you able to build good relationship with your parents, with your school district, with your school administrators? Think of the open house. They have open house here and there are parents that are really willing to come, listen, learn about guidelines, learn about the requirements. What are the things that they are expecting from you and what are the things that they are expecting from their child to learn on that particular school year? Just like me, I used to teach kindergarten and I was able to communicate with my parents not just through open house, but I also call them over the phone if I see positive results with their kids' work on that particular day or something disruptive that they do, and I always give them directions or ideas on how to combat that specific behavior because it's not always the child, it's about the behavior that they're showing that day and help them succeed in that specific situation. And if it will happen again, then we you will know that the parents is there to help and you are there to help them succeed. For the teacher interview, always think of this: focus on the student and not yourself. Focus on your classroom management, focus on your learning style, and focus on how to build good relationship. If you are going to do that, you will land in a school district that will give you a job offer, either a J1 visa holder, which is a very good deal, or an H1B is another thing that you have to do. But the process of interview is the same. So make sure you have that confidence and you always smile and practice every day in front of the mirror while you are listening to yourself, or record yourself. That way you know what's your response in case you're gonna do a virtual interview with you. That is happening right now in this time period. Impress your interviewers with confidence. You slay and you do it with a lot of prayers, confidence, always smile. And if it's not working on one interview, move to the next and always learn from that experience and hone yourself. That way you can land on a very good school district that will cater all your needs and will help you become a very effective international teacher. Right after the interview, if they ask you questions, be smart about the interview. Ask them particular questions like, what are they expecting in the first 30 days, 90 days, or 6 months that you are there? What are the specific process that you would like to do on your end? That way you can land the work that is really implying to being an international teacher in that particular school district. So dress to impress and always impress them with confidence. Right after the interview, send them a thank you note stating how happy you are that you were given a chance to have an interview, and ask them if you could hear them in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That way you can prepare for the next interview if they will say if you are not a good fit in their school district. Again, the hiring season is from January to June. And think of this, you might be able to come here by July to October, which is the start of the school year here in the US. Analyze your performance if you did it well. That way you also have an idea for your next interview if you won't pass that first one. Always think of this: your resume has already been submitted, your cover letter, your FCE or foreign credential evaluation, and you were able to land one interview. Then all you need to think is job offer. Think and pray fervently that this is for you. If this is meant to be, it will happen. And exert the effort, focus, give all your energy to this one. At the same time, enjoy. This is part of your journey, and I am so happy that you are going to the next level. If you arrive in this part of the video, please consider to give us a like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey. That way we could give you more information on how to become an international teacher here in the US, DIY immigration process, and overall life in the United States of America. Thank you so much and see you on my next video. God bless!